I want to ask you, as someone who's been around both sides of the game in the industry and has seen so many changes and things that has, kind of taken foot now that was different from back then. So, nowadays, obviously, it's about the streaming
Exactly.
and the visual things. As back then, you still had the CDs and the press kits and everything. What do you think is been the advantage and disadvantages for the streaming era now? Do you think it's easier? Do you think it's harder? How do you feel?
I feel like the streaming era is set up more for the independent artist to win and to be an owner now. It's like why do at first the major labels owned everything. The artist is getting crumbs. Like, I know people that have super artists that you might know about, and their deals are like 85-15. The labels way 85-15 to the 85 to the majors, and they only getting 15. You know these songs, you love these songs, but the artist is only getting 15% of what's being made from them songs. So those are how the old deals were set up. And now with the independent game being so strong, now that has flipped around. Now the artists are owning 80 and 85% of their music and just using the distribution labels, or if they get big enough, and the majors are calling and they're in control, and the label wants to be in business with them, then the numbers switch sides. I always tell artists, like, yeah, it's cool to be knocking on labels' doors. Really, it ain't cool to be knocking on labels' doors. You can do that if you want to and be like, oh, I'm this person, I'm this person. But it's even more cool when the label sees the work you've been putting in and they're knocking on your door. So I kind of like stress to artists, like, do the work that needs to be done, because if you do the work that needs to be done, the labels are going to be knocking on your door, and you're not bamming on their door trying to plead to them your case and who you are and why you should be heard. Let make them come to you. And that starts with some work beforehand, and that's what I try to provide to the artists these days, because streaming, they make, you can make a lot of money. Like, a lot of people don't know, like, for every million streams you get, it's only about that equals out to about 38 $4,000. So people,
That's it.
like, that's all it is. So it's like, so if you really doing your work, I mean, that's cool if you're getting that, that's monthly for you and everything. But it's like, that's definitely what's going on out here these days. Hold on, how did that? Okay, yeah. So it's like, I just try to explain the business to them now. Like, it's better business for the independent if you're doing the work. Now, sometimes art, these labels will come and see first quarter, especially, they might see you getting hot over the winter, and in January they just taking chances on things. You might go in that way, but for the artists that don't get in that way, it's like, do the work, get yourself out there. These companies now, they want to be in business with businesses.